All right, CFG fam, happy St. Patty's Day, Tuesday, March 17th. Josh here. First things first, if there is like a white glare or something across my face, I just want to put it out there for Rob Rivera right now. I'm sorry I don't have expert lighting. If you want to come over and help a brother out, that would be amazing. Anyways, what I wanted to do is just take a few minutes of your time tonight, come to you in the Facebook group, and just talk to you about a couple of things. So this is obviously very crazy, trying, challenging times for everybody. And the thing that I want you to know more than anything is that we at CrossFit for Glory are here for all of you guys. So if there is anything that you need, toilet paper, if you need food, if you need transportation, if you need medication, if you need diapers, if you've got a little one at home, whatever it is that you guys need, please give us a call and we will help you out. We will get you anything that you need. So that's probably the biggest takeaway that I want you guys to have is we're a community, and what that means is that we're going to continue to stick together and help each other out to get through this together. And that I really just can't stress that enough. I also want to express my sincere appreciation to all of the wonderful emails, calls, text messages, the in-person comments that you guys have made to myself as well as the other staff for the things that we are continuing to do for you. You really don't know how much your gratitude means to us, and I really want you to know how much that is reciprocated. We honestly, like I said before, we're doing these things because we truly love you guys. And hopefully I make it all the way through this without breaking down emotionally. But I also just wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on. So first, for those of you guys that don't know, I also work as a mentor with a company called Two Brain Business. And in a nutshell, we oversee about 600 gyms. Most of them are CrossFit gyms. They're all micro gyms, meaning they're small, community-oriented gyms like ours. But we oversee about 600 of those gyms across the world. And I put some of this information into our latest update, but I kind of wanted you guys to know what we're seeing. First and foremost, a ton of not just gyms, but bars, restaurants, obviously schools, all sporting events, like all these things are closing down. So it is definitely uncertain times. But speaking specifically to gyms, what I am proud to say is that we are seeing exactly what is working for people in order to still work with their clients and get you guys closer to your goals. We're seeing what works and we're seeing what doesn't. And I'll tell you what doesn't work is just ignoring this thing, taking no precautions, and having no plan in place for how we're going to still connect and coach you guys. It's not about the physical space, it's not about the equipment, it's about the relationship that you have one-on-one with your coach who knows what it is that you are going for and trying to achieve. So the other thing that we're learning is that this was actually a really cool piece of news that I heard this morning. So obviously China is well ahead of us on this whole thing. They were shut down in quarantine very, very quickly when the situation escalated there. But there is specific areas in China where they have started to lift the bans and gyms are reopening. So that's super cool news. But I do have to be completely transparent with you guys. As of right now, there is no mandate. There is nothing that says that we have to close. But like I put in one of my recent emails, I do fully anticipate that happening. And I laid out our plans that we already have in place to take everything, pivot, and do remote online coaching. We already have a handful of clients that are going through that. And in fact, remote coaching is something that we have actually done since before we opened the gym. So it's an amazing time. It's a great opportunity to show you guys really what coaching is beyond just meeting up in the physical space. So there is that. And I don't want to take time to recap everything that was said in an email. I do want to take time to do one quick thing, and that's to make sure that this camera is actually on and recording. Okay, it is. Good. All right. So The reason that I did that is because I actually was just live in our staff group, and thought that I was recording a video, and apparently I was just talking to nothing for like 15 minutes before I realized that. So, but I did update the staff on everything that is going on. Now back to the remote coaching piece. Like I said, there's a handful of clients that have already taken us up. They're killing it. They're kind of self-quarantined at home, but they're still getting their fitness on. So if that's something that you want to take us up on, great. Let one of the coaches know, and we will get you squared away and continue your training with our coaching, just like if you were walking into the doors at CFG. But the other thing, and I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but what I want to do is just kind of offer you a couple of tactics for how you can best mitigate all the stress and the unknowns of what is going on right now. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to say, you know, what is best and what's not best and do this, do that. But what I do want to do is kind of introduce you to a framework that I've been playing around with for a while in terms of how I coach athletes and you guys, in terms of how I work with our staff, the things that go through my head. So it's really simple. There's just 4 things you need to know, and it is sleep, eat, move, and manage. All right? So sleep, eat, move, and manage. SEMM. And essentially what this is just a 4-piece framework for areas of your life that you can control and really move the dial in terms of how are you feeling during the day, how fulfilled are you, what is your level of anxiety, things like that. So it's just 4 simple areas, and my hope is that I can just give you a couple of tactics for each that do help you move the dial in a positive manner. Right now, it's so easy to get caught up online, seeing all the hysteria of everything going wrong in the world today. And I'm hoping that introducing you guys to this framework is just a little ray of positivity in your life, something that you can implement very easily. We're not asking you to make these big sweeping changes. So the way that it works is this. In sleep, eat, move, manage, there are 2 different handles that you can tweak. One is you need to do them well, and you need to do them often, okay? So put another way, you need to sleep well, sleep often, eat well, eat often, move well, move often, and manage well, manage often. So I get the most questions about this, and what this one is referring to is managing your stress. And man, if there is not a more perfect time to do that, it is right now. So I've actually got my framework kind of preloaded here on these things. And so sleep is really probably the most underrated performance enhancer out there. The way that you sleep well, some things that you can do is, number 1, make sure that you're in a room that is as pitch black as humanly possible. You want to make sure that the thermostat is cranked down at least below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you want to stay away from blue light after 7:30 at nighttime. All right? And then sleeping often, what does that mean? It means getting enough of it. So research shows that you really want to be anywhere between 6 to 8 hours. And then if you are able to just grab a quick 20-30 minute nap to kind of make up some of that sleep deficit, believe it or not, that actually does work. Now I know what you guys are saying, I can't sleep more than 3 or 4 hours, and I've got kids and I've got this and that. I completely understand. The beauty of this framework is that you can actually work on, let's say, the eat part, and it's going to positively influence your sleep. You can work on the stress management part, and it's going to have a positive impact on sleep. Conversely, you can work on the sleep part, and it's going to have a positive impact on how well you move or how well you manage your stress. Okay, you follow me there? So that would be if you want to just work and move the needle on sleep. When it comes to eating, remember, we want to eat often and eat well. So when it comes to eating well, there's no better resource than Coach Steph. She's getting ready to launch that Slim Down Challenge, but that's not really what this is about. This is just a couple of quick, actionable things that you can do to really control eating well. So what's that mean? Real food, not something that's boxed and in a package. And I know these are interesting times, but just stick with me. Food that is nourishing, so that means that it's very nutrient dense. And then this is the easiest thing that you can do is when you put a bite of food into your mouth, chew it 30 times, all right? The digestion process actually starts in your mouth. So if you can at least do that, man, that is going to make an instant impact. It forces you to slow down, to be much more self-aware, and it also gives your stomach, it also gives your brain a chance to catch up with your stomach. So the brain realizing that your stomach is full is about 10 to 15 minutes behind. So if you eat too fast and you still think you're hungry and you eat some more, well, it's not until 10 to 15 minutes later when the brain realizes, I should have stopped you about 15 minutes ago. So chewing 30 times can definitely help. Eating often. Hit a breakfast, hit a lunch, hit a dinner. Don't worry about all the fasting this and keto that. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Think about regulating your blood sugar. And then again, easiest thing that you can do is drink plenty of water. What do we say with that is take your body weight, divide it in half. So a 200-pound man would drink 100 ounces of water in a day. Let me make sure the camera's still going. Perfect, it is, and I'm at 11 and a half minutes, so stick with me. I've only got 2 more. Move often, move well. Okay, so obviously this is a big component of what we do at CFG, but when we say move well, here's what I want you to think about. Number 1, I want you to be pain-free. So whatever you do, it needs to be done without pain. The second consideration for moving well is having good posture. So chest tall, shoulders down and back, head neutral. Shout out to Jay Scott. So having good posture and position. So if I, bend down to pick up a bag of groceries or a bag of trash off the ground, back position goes from here to here. That's why I always have my whiteboard marker alley. So good posture and position. And then when we talk about moving well for performance, that comes after being pain-free with good position and posture. Okay, moving often. Believe it or not, it's recommended for you to get in 60 to 90 minutes of movement every single day. Now, this is kind of crazy even to me, and I live in this world. But what people fail to realize is there's a difference between structured movement, i.e. exercise in the gym or in your home gym, and unstructured movement. So we have stairs in my house, and I'm going, especially you parents will love this one, when the kids get put to bed at night, you have to go up there 38,000 times to get them all their stuffed animals and drinks and all this stuff before they actually go to bed. That counts as movement for the day. So don't beat yourself up if you don't feel like you're actually getting the recommended 60 to 90 minutes of exercise because you're not coming to the gym that often. If you park at the back of the parking lot and walk up, that adds to your time. So think about ways that you could potentially get some more unstructured, non-exercise movement during your day. And then lastly, this is probably the biggest one right now with everything that's going on in the world is managing your stress. You got to do it often, and you have to have a practice of managing it well. So what does managing your stress well mean? It looks like this. First and foremost is taking personal responsibility and understanding that you should only be concerned with things that you can control. I can't control what's going on in the world right now, but I can control what I do and how I react to things. The time that I'm spending with my family, what I'm doing with all of you guys, taking personal responsibility for, if this is a great example because it used to happen to me all the time. I got to be on the other side of town. I've got a 9 o'clock appointment. Is getting a little bit aggravated at the people that are driving too slow for my liking in traffic. Instead of just saying, you know what, I know that kind of stuff stresses me out. In order to manage it well, I'm going to take personal responsibility and leave 20 minutes earlier than maybe I need to so that I can have a stress-free drive over. So that comes down to being prepared and then being proactive to the best of your ability. Right? So maybe you should have gotten toilet paper 3 months ago. Just kidding. And then managing your stress often. This is probably my most, the best practice that I have right now outside of reading the Bible every day is I manage my stress often by practicing gratitude. So being genuinely appreciative for all the just insane amount of blessings that I have in my life, and then being positive. You know, Mandy jokes and says that I'm perpetually optimistic and positive, and that's just the way that I choose to live my life. But it is a choice, all right? Everybody, you know, has had bad things happen to them in life. Everybody has had good things. But I know that we are super blessed to be where we are, to be amongst each other, and to have this amazing group of support here at the gym, at home, all this kind of stuff. Guys, there's so much to be thankful for. So again, sleep, eat, move, manage. You don't have to do all those things. If you just have one takeaway, maybe you start drinking enough water, maybe you crank the temperature down in your room and have blackout shades in there. It doesn't matter. One little thing can honestly make all the difference in the world. Thank you guys so much for everything that you continue to do, the support that you give us here at CrossFit for Glory. I know I speak for all the staff when I say that we are just blown away by just the amount of support and gratitude that you guys are showing us on a daily basis, both in the gym and then just in our interactions online as well. Stay tuned for more updates. If you like this format, let me know, and I will definitely come live even more. Maybe we can get Rob Rivera to come and get the light right. And maybe I'll draw some more with my whiteboard marker next time. I hope you guys have a fabulous evening. And if there's anything that we can do for you, please, please, please just reach out. We love you guys. I made it through without getting emotional. So that's my bright spot for today. Thank you.